Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a product that in the firearm space is so universally known that the very silhouette of it has become just what it is. When we're looking at the striker fire game, there is one company that has dominated the market for the last few decades. And that company is Glock. This right here is a Glock 47. All firearms have been safety checked and are cleared, and we're in a controlled and safe environment. So Glock came on the scene, and they have dominated the striker fire industry. Be it police, military, competition, self-defense, EDC, it's been a Glock-atopia. They've redefined striker fire in their term Glock perfection. They continue to iterate all the way up to the level 6, Gen 6 now. But Glock's been under some scrutiny a little bit lately. And part of that is because lawmakers have decided that the Glock-style triggers are just a little too easy to make some changes to that they're not really fans of. So you're seeing a lot of states banning Glocks. You know, California, I know Maryland just banned them. A lot of things are happening. And if you're out there looking for, like, hey, when somebody tells you you can't have something, that's the best time to have it, right? So if you're looking for the Glock that you want to build, and you want to get it before that ban hammer strikes, let me introduce you to my Glock. So this is a ZEV OZ9 powered by Icarus Precision and Monsoon Tactical. Let's get into it, and I'll tell you why I think this is the ultimate striker fire handgun. All right, so now we're back. Let's talk about the basic Glock. It is polymer, steel. You can get it with an MOS system. It's a Glock. Everybody kind of knows what a Glock is. If you're new to this channel, welcome and congratulations. But if you've been around the space any time, you know what a Glock is. It is, you'll see a lot of officers carrying them. You'll see it being the de facto EDC, the Glock 19. They have the Glock 43X and all this other stuff. But a Glock is a Glock. It's not the sexiest, in my opinion. It's just functional. But they are functional. So what do you get? You get a polymer lower. This is a serialized part. You get a slide. You get a barrel. You get sights. A lot of times they're plastic. But you do get a very workable platform for a project that's not going to break the bank. But let's look at the performance on it. So you got the Glock trigger, has a little safety in it. And we look at that break, and it's a long rolling break, and you get to a wall and then push through. So not a lot to it, but if you look at that reset, it's a long reset and back to that break. So, can you shoot a Glock fast? Yeah, there are people that are winning championships with Glocks. But let's say you're looking at the space, you're like, hey, I don't really own a Glock. Maybe you jumped in on the 365 side, or you jumped in on maybe the Springfield side or the M&P gang. Or maybe you jump right into the deep end and went 2011. But you're like, you know what? All of these states banning these. I should probably get one before it's too late, because you never know. History is history. And everybody says if the world ends, I want a Glock. So let's talk about what I built. I knew that the polymer, it's kind of like a red solo cup to me. Glock angle is a little different than my preferred 2011 angle. So I wanted something that was going to give me both a more refined feel as well as a different grip angle. So Icarus Precision said, hold on, let me hold your beer. They came out with grip modules that fit the ZEV OZ9. Now, when I say ZEV OZ9, you're probably like, what's that? So ZEV did something a little special. Instead of building a polymer frame with a trigger group and all that, they built a chassis system. So the chassis system, similar to things like the 365 or the 320, uses a chassis system that lets the serialized part of the gun just be the chassis. So you can swap out grips, you can swap out trigger packs. It kind of makes it a really modular setup. Comes with a polymer grip, which is more indicative of a 2011 angle, which I really liked. But I wanted more weight and I wanted more controllability, because this was not going to be a primary light carry gun. So I reached out to Icarus Precision, picked up one of their red anodized grips, which you can't get anymore. It gives a really beautiful hue. It's really, really nice. And the added benefit, because I knew that I wanted to have this gun be a little bit competition oriented, there's a space in the back that allows you to put tungsten rods. So I have tungsten weights in the back of this to kind of keep that gun planted in the hand really, really well. So as we kind of look at the angle for this, you're looking at the ZEV OZ9 Elite, which comes with the ZEV Elite trigger. And if we take a look at that trigger dingus is a little different than the Glocks, but still some take up, but an incredibly crisp break. So reset it, and that reset is audible and short. So, and that's the trigger from ZEV out the box. So I was quite happy with that. Threw the Icarus grip on there, but I was like, it's missing something. It was basic black. It was, I threw an RMR on top. Comes with steel sights, which are nice. They're definitely an upgrade, fiber optic. Definitely an upgrade from the Glock plastic sights. But I was like, I need something different. If I'm going to go take this build from mild to wild, let me reach out to somebody that I knew could help with that. So I reached out to my good friend Vinny at Monsoon Tactical. And I was like, Vinny, look, I'm sending you the slide. I need ports. This is actually my first porting job ever. And when I say Vinny hooked it up, he hooked it up. He used the existing design of the ZEV slide, cut out a perfect pocket for his Lucky 7 ports. And those Lucky 7 ports, when I tell you, they make a heck of a difference. The dot doesn't leave the window. I mean, they're doing the do. Through 1,000 rounds of this, I can tell you the Lucky 7s is a very aggressive, loud porting package. But it works. When I say it works, it works. It works like it's got two jobs working. And the cool part about it, the ZEV comes with a dimpled barrel. So Vinny told me, hey, it wouldn't be safe to try to put Lucky 7s in that barrel. So I picked up another barrel that was slightly, bronze to kind of go with the build idea. So I have two barrels. I have this one and I have one for something like trioptics. But if I'm running a gun in a 3-gun or 2-gun, I'm definitely going to use this. So I'm just going to the range to stun on people. Definitely throwing the Lucky 7's barrel in. And with that, I told Vinny, I said, look, you know me. I'm a subtle type of guy. I want some Cerakote. I want something to take it from the basic black. I showed him what the grip looked like. I showed him that we alternate between this, a black polymer grip, and a gray grip. And Vinny knocked it out the park with this design. It's I like to call it an urban camo with a little hint of red. Pretty awesome looking actual setup. So there you have it. We threw the ZEV Magwell on there. So we have a 17 length grip, but a 19th length slide. So my version of a 19X, Glock 45, whatever you want to call it. But with that added weight in the tungsten grips, the aluminum grip model for greater control and that texture, this gun tracks super fast, super stable, and has become one of my favorites to shoot. So if you're looking to build your ultimate Glock before those band hammers hit, check out what ZEV has to offer with their chassis system. I know Icarus has a grip modules. There's other people that make grip modules for them. And definitely, if you're looking to get something that's going to make your striker fire or your gun run super flat, check out Monsoon Tactical for what they have as far as their porting packages. Be it a chunk in ports, just ports. Vinny and the team have been doing this long enough that I trust their judgment on what's the best option for your build. Definitely surprised me with this because I was not a port guy, like I said, and now I kind of love it. So okay, team, we are back, and as you see, we are at Precision Point Frederick. We just ran the ZEV build through its paces on the range, and what can I say? I tend to build good stuff. So if you're looking for the ultimate Glock build before those bands hit, check out the ZEV OZ9 with a little help from Icarus and a lot of help from Monsoon Tactical. Surprisingly enough, you'll actually be able to shoot this at Precision Point Frederick. So till next time, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.